Hi y'all, welcome back. Today we are talking about something that makes a huge difference when you're just starting out. Choosing a smooth worsted weight yarn. I know, it sounds simple. It really does, because it kind of is. But it's also one of those tiny little choices that can make learning crochet feel a whole lot easier. It really can. So when you're brand new, your hands are still figuring out how to move. You don't know the right way of moving your hook through the loops when you're beginning. Your tension's all over the place. Your stitches don't look like pictures just yet. And that's completely normal. But one thing that helps more than people realize is using a yarn that lets you actually see what you're doing. Smooth worsted weighted yarn is perfect for that. It's not too thin, it's not too thick, and the stitches sit in a way that's easy to recognize. You can see the little V's, just where your stitches are, and you can see where your hook goes. And you can see your progress row by row. When I say smooth, I mean a yarn without fuzziness or that halo effect, right? Nothing fluffy, nothing fuzzy, nothing with little hairs that stick out all over the place. This is 4 worsted smooth yarn. Now, you do have a little fuzzy. It's just not a lot. So that is what I consider to be a smooth worsted weighted yarn. Now, don't be like Bee, right? I started out with the fluffier, thicker 6 weighted yarn, right? But you should avoid chenille right off the bat until you learn your stitches. Same with velvet. Velvet is very difficult when you're trying to learn how to crochet. It's very difficult to get your stitches formed correctly. All the yarns that hide your stitches and make everything look like a little cloud, basically, are ones you should avoid right off the bat. That's what everyone says, right? Start with a worsted weighted yarn because it's easier to work with. You can see your stitches. And they really do look really good, right? Now, chenille, blanket style yarn. They're pretty, they're fluffy, they look nice and warm, and they just have this prettiness to them, right? They're not very beginner friendly. I'm just saying. Smooth yarn gives you the clarity, and clarity will build your confidence. Being able to see your stitches is one of the fastest ways to learn. You can tell when something looks off. You can fix your mistakes without guessing. You can count your stitches without having to squint to try to figure out where it is. And you get that little boost of confidence, oh, I'm actually doing this kind of moment. Every time that you look down at your work with worsted weighted yarn, because you can see it. You can see, like, oh my gosh, that's a stitch, you know? So if you're looking for yarns that work well for beginners, some of the ones that I would recommend are the Caron 1 pounds. I love this yarn, acrylic. Karen anniversary cakes. If you like the super bulky size, or the bulky even, the 5s and 6 weighted yarns, look, you can still see your stitches. I am currently working on this blanket, and this is with the Karen anniversary cake. Let me just get my hook out of here so you can actually see it for just a second here. There we go. But you can actually see the stitches with these. Look how gorgeous this is, you guys, by the way. It is so pretty. And it's gotten so big now that I have to keep it folded like that. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So the Karen, 1 pound, the I Love This Yarn, the Karen anniversary cakes, even certain smoother colors of the Red Heart Super Saver, anything that's worsted, smooth, and easy to handle will make your first projects feel like they're much more doable. Your first yarn doesn't define you. You're going to change yarns over time with more practice that you have under your belt. You'll be able to go from, the worsted weight yarn to maybe the chenille yarns and then maybe maybe further on, maybe even the furry yarns. And there are some fur yarns. They make plushies look amazing from what I've seen from other people. I'm not one of those people. Fur yarn? No. Anyway, the yarn is just the tool to help you learn. And choosing something smooth, something simple, is the kindest thing that you can do for yourself when you're first starting out. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just trying to learn. And this type of yarn makes learning easier. So, until next time, be you. Always. Bye, y'all.